Support for Louisiana, the state we're in, is provided by
Entergy Louisiana is strengthening our power grid throughout the state. We're reinforcing infrastructure to prepare for stronger storms, reduce outages, and respond quicker when you do need us, because together we power life.
additional support provided by the Fred B. and Ruth B. Ziegler Foundation and the Ziegler Art Museum, located in Jennings City Hall. The museum focuses on emerging Louisiana artists and is a historical and cultural center for Southwest Louisiana. And the Foundation for Excellence in Louisiana Public Broadcasting and viewers like you. Thank you.
Louisiana's crackdown on immigration is sparking concerns about human rights abuses.
And a heartfelt family reunion for a group of Louisiana Girl Scouts.
And May is Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. We'll have all the details.
Plus, school kids ditch their books and pick up their instruments to play the blues. Let's get started.
Hello, everyone. I'm Karen LeBlanc.
And I'm Dorothea Wilson. Much more on those top stories in a moment on this week's edition of Louisiana, the state we're in. But first,
Governor Jeff Landry has ordered Louisiana State Police to begin helping federal officials enforce immigration laws. Now, the governor says that he's working closely with the Trump administration to either arrest or deport illegal immigrants involved in crimes. He's also urging other local law enforcement agencies to take a more active role in targeting undocumented immigrants. Louisiana already has the second highest population of detained immigrants in the country. Immigration advocates are concerned that the increased focus will lead to racial profiling, human rights abuses, and push detention centers over their capacity.
Congressman Troy Carter led a delegation of members of the House and Senate on a fact-finding visit to two Louisiana U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement detention centers, one in Jena and the other in Bazille.
We merely wanted to go on a fact-finding mission to explore and to see what was going on at the facility and to ensure that the opportunity for the First Amendment and the Fifth Amendment to be recognized, the First Amendment being the importance of free speech. The Fifth Amendment is making sure that people have due process, both of which we were woefully disappointed in its lack thereof.
Louisiana is home to the second largest immigration detention population in the country, outranked only by Texas. Across the state, 9 immigration detention centers are in operation. 8 are owned and operated by private companies.
Some private entity can charge the federal government upwards of $100 per day, and many of them have been there 8, 9, 10 months. These hearings should happen quickly. Either a person is going to be deported or released or some remedial measure. But to keep them for 8, 9, 10 months, it is a for-profit entity that's holding people and making money by filling the cots in these facilities.
In Louisiana, the oversight and licensing of ICE detention centers fall under federal jurisdiction. These facilities are managed through contracts between ICE and private companies.
So there's a huge profit motive to bring folks into the state.
Executive Director of the Louisiana ACLU, Alana Odoms, joined Congressman Carter on his visit to 2 ICE detention centers, both owned and operated by the GEO Group.
I have to say that the detention centers are almost identical to a regular prison that you would think about for incarcerated people who've committed crimes. It's really unbelievable. And I say that for 2 reasons. One is because the purpose of immigrant detention is to ensure that people are housed in a place that is habitable and comfortable while they're waiting for their administrative proceedings to go through. There is nothing further from that setting, a comfortable setting, a habitable setting.
The Louisiana ACLU issued a report, Inside the Black Hole, detailing widespread human rights abuses in many of these detention centers.
One of the main issues that we find with people who are incarcerated in these ICE detention facilities is that their basic human needs are really not being met. And so not being provided with medical care is a huge problem in these particular facilities. And then I think the other thing is just with regard to due process, there are very few spaces in these facilities for secure legal visits.
So our wellness visit turned out to be a good moment to determine that while the place was clean and appeared to be fit for humans, there were things that were done that were not fit for humans. We later also found out that basic things like providing feminine products, toilet paper, was not always readily available, and oftentimes they went days without these basic provisions.
According to the GEO Group website, the Central Louisiana ICE Processing Center in Gina received a reaccreditation score of 99.6% in 2018 by the American Correctional Association. The South ICE Processing Center in Bazille, also operated by the GEO Group, does not list an accreditation score. LPB reached out to the GEO Group for a response to the report's findings and comments from Congressman Carter and the Louisiana ACLU Executive Director. As of press time, we have not received a response.
So sending them somewhere where they're almost doomed to spend a long time, weeks, months, at the tune of $100+ a day, that goes to this privately, and I underscore, privately run institution, a penal institution for fee, for profit. So you send a person kind of in a way of saying, we're going to really punish you. We're going to send you far away, back into the boonies deep in Louisiana.
Inside the Black Hole Report cites that Louisiana's immigration population began to surge in 2017 after criminal justice reforms reduced prison populations.
We did a huge package of criminal legal reform, over 10 pieces of legislation that lowered our overall incarceration rates by about 20%. That resulted in about 4,000 or 4,500 beds being opened. And that's when we saw a lot of folks coming into the state of Louisiana by way of their asylum proceedings and being housed in these facilities.
Immigration rights advocates express concerns over Governor Jeff Landry's launch of Operation Go, empowering Louisiana's law enforcement agencies to enforce federal immigration laws. The governor says of his executive order, quote, "We are ushering in a new age in America and Louisiana, one where law and order is the expectation, not the exception, where our communities and families are protected and criminals are rejected," end quote. Immigration rights advocates say more Louisiana arrests will push Louisiana's ICE detention centers to maximum capacity.
Meanwhile, LSU is getting ready to begin the search for a new president. The current president, William Tate, was selected as the new president of Rutgers University in New Jersey. He took the job at LSU in 2021, becoming the school's first Black president and chancellor. The university's vice president for agriculture, Matt Lee, will serve as interim president until LSU finds a permanent replacement.
From hashtags to headlines, here's what's trending this week. 5 inmates are still on the run after escaping from the Orleans Parish Jail last Friday.
That's right, Karen. This is wild. Governor Jeff Landry has issued an executive order directing multiple state agencies to provide oversight into the criminal justice system.
Yeah, this is getting a lot of national attention. Now, the 10 inmates escaped Friday by breaking through defective locks, then breaking through a wall behind a toilet. They ran out of a loading dock, climbed a fence, and they got out. Now, they left drawings on the cell wall taunting the jailers, and I think that's why it made national news, the brazenness of it, right?
Isn't that ridiculous? Now, a maintenance worker was arrested for allegedly helping them escape. He claims the inmate threatened his life.
Yeah, well, the 5 who are still on the run were locked up for a variety of charges, including murder. Multiple investigations into the escape are underway. All right, switching gears, good news. Sesame Street is saved thanks to a deal between the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and Netflix.
That is great news. I'm so excited. Now, the Trump administration is trying to defund the CPB, which helps fund PBS. New seasons will air on PBS affiliates, the PBS Kids app, and on Netflix. Netflix will also offer 90 hours of older episodes.
That's such good news. Now, the 56th season of Sesame Street will debut later this year. So nice. Such a good guy.
I know, such a sweet, sweet guy. Now into something more crazy. Normally, an alligator crossing the road isn't a big deal in Louisiana. But check this out. A lady was driving in Plaquemine Parish when she saw something moving across the highway. Thought it might have been a dog, Karen, but it wasn't. It was an alligator with no tail.
Well, and it looks like a dog to me, so I can see that. Now, the gator had a healed nub where his tail was. Experts say that gators can lose parts of their tails in fights. Now, they can survive, but may have to stay on land or shallow water because they can't swim. And as you said, that you think somebody ate that gator tail.
I do think that, Karen. You know, they kept his life, but they took his tail. All right. Now, an estimated 94,000 kids in Louisiana have a parent who is in prison. Now, that makes it challenging for the parents and children to interact and spend time together. But a Girl Scouts troop in New Orleans is making it just a little easier with Girl Scouts Beyond Bars. The program connects scouts with their incarcerated parents, with bars not keeping them apart. Take a look.
Girl Scouts is more than selling cookies. Our goal is to really just to change the lives of girls. And this program, Girls Beyond Bars, outside of just seeing their moms, they get to actually have that experience. And I want people to know that, like, we care. You know, we care about the girls. We care about the girls' futures.
Lonnie Carter, Community Program Specialist at Girl Scouts Louisiana East, says Girl Scouts are more than just cookies.
This is very important to us as our council. It's amazing to be able to work for a council that allows me to even do a program like Girl Scout Beyond Bars. Because it's not something, in your regular life, it's not something that you would think about.
Girl Scouts empowers girls to develop courage, confidence, and character through activities such as visiting animal shelters, camping, hosting dance-offs, and making movies. They learn to take risks, trust their instincts, and work together for the greater good. Nevertheless, cookie sales continue to be a significant element. In fact, the over $200,000 in revenue generated from cookie sales enables Girl Scouts to meet their community commitments.
We have an event coming up. It is Cookies for a Cause, June 21st. We benefit from it, and so will Second Harvest. The other thing from that is for us to have these programs like Girl Scouts Beyond Bars. Of course, our cookie revenue helps support many of our activities, including Girl Scout Beyond Bars.
Girl Scouts Beyond Bars is one of the major programs presented by Girl Scouts that is funded in part by cookie sales. It connects inmate mothers with their daughters through a distinctive collaboration between a youth services group and both state and local correctional facilities.
Some of them have been away for a while, still waiting trial, so this is like their first time seeing their kids since babies, like 3 or 4 months. And then, you know, when the kid comes and see them, it's a shock because now my daughter is in 3rd grade and I haven't seen her since she was a couple of months before I went in.
So now they get to be a part of something and get to be a part of their children's lives.
Right.
According to advocacy and research groups, 2.7 million children, half of which are under the age of 10, have a parent in prison. When that parent is a mother to a daughter, the girl is more likely to withdraw, display physical aggression, abuse substances, and experience depression or anxiety. She might also perpetuate the cycle by following her mother into the criminal justice system, reflecting the only life she has known. But programs like Girl Scouts Beyond Bars bring hope and reverse the cycle, giving both mother and daughter something to look forward to and a reason to strive to be better.
So what impact do you see that this has been making on the moms and the children?
Well, at first, when you first go there, it's like the moms they're just there. You hear about the trouble that they're getting into. You hear about the things that they are doing that they aren't supposed to do, having to go into the hole for a little bit. Then like 3 or 4 months, it's like they come in and like, Lonnie, I'm in classes, I'm going to school, I'm trying to better myself. And then hearing them and telling them to their daughters, like, mama is in school, mama is doing her best to get out, their behavior is better. How it works there is, if they do something, then they're on discipline and they don't get to join the program. So now you're not seeing your daughter for about 3 months because they have this 3-month discipline rule and you have done something that you're not supposed to. But then you hear that this person has been a straight A, she hasn't gotten in trouble in a couple of months, she's enrolled in programs, she's really trying to be a better person for her child, even with the circumstances that they're being met with.
While it is a daunting task to keep the program running, as Carter has to petition to keep the program each year, as both conditions and stipulations change, she says in the end it is rewarding just to see the joy it brings to families.
It's the smile, it's the overwhelming feeling that you feel and you get to see, because it's like, it's amazing. It's different for them, and we get to watch them grow and be with them during that process, and watch the moms grow and watch the daughters grow, and just hear how happy that they are that they even get that moment with their mom.
May is Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, aimed at paying tribute to the generations of people who have enriched the country's history. That includes Louisiana's large Asian American community. I sat down with the founder of Night Market BTR for more. During the month of May, we are celebrating Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And joining me in studio is Laura Sue. She is the founder and curator of Night Market BTR to talk about the month, what we celebrate, and some of the events, including Night Market BTR. So thanks, first of all, for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. What is it, what do we do, and why do we celebrate it?
Yeah, established in 1992, Asian American AAPI Month is just a celebration of all the accomplishments and all the contributions that Asian Americans have done in the city of Baton Rouge and also in the United States.
As a member of the Asian American community, what does this mean to you personally to have a month that recognizes the contributions, the history, and the heritage of Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders in the United States?
So I'll tell you twofold. So I was born and raised in Honduras. So a lot of the times when I was growing up, I've never seen a big population of Asians, right? I was one Asian. We were only 4 of us in a class of 169. So I never grew up feeling that I had other people who looked like me, who were able to share the same values or the same things that we usually share in the household. And then when I came to the US, I found a community. I found that there's more people who look like me. I found more people that, teachers who are in class that I can be wow, I never felt so seen in the community. And I think that being able to have a month that represents who we are is just so special, in a sense of wow, I feel like I can celebrate myself and be uniquely me. And that's what it's all about.
When we talk about the Asian American population throughout the United States, it's actually quite a very large group. Give us a sense of the diversity within that group.
Yeah, absolutely. We have from Chinese, Vietnamese, Korean. We also have Thai, and it also expands to India as well.
Now, here in Baton Rouge, you are the founder and curator of Night Market BTR.
Yes.
Tell me about that event, because it's held in May in conjunction with Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month.
Yeah, absolutely. So when we started Night Market BTR, I wanted to have an event that represents who we are as a community, but also more Asian Americans. In the past, when I moved back to Baton Rouge back in 2016, and we never had an event where I felt seen. There was not a lot of visibility. Yes, we did have a lot of restaurants around town, but there was not a lot of events that really showcase who we are and what our culture is all about. So Night Market BTR started 2 years ago, back in 2023, with the idea of spotlighting and highlighting other Asian American businesses, artists, and vendors around the city of Baton Rouge who wanted to do something more than what a lot of our families are always telling us to be. A lot of our families are always like, oh, we want you to be a doctor, an engineer, a lawyer. And most of the times, we do not tap into that creative potential that we have. So is it just an opportunity for empowerment for other young professionals and young individuals who want to like tap into their creative potential, but also is an opportunity for the community to grow and have more variety of like different cultural experiences in the city.
What do you want the takeaway to be for others that are not part of the Asian American or Pacific Island community?
Yeah, so what I want people to take from this experience is being able to like be really open-minded about like what we grew up with, all the traditions that we have, and like learn about all of our different cultures, and just enjoy seeing how we grew up with the food that we tried and like our parents cooked for us, and just being able to like just embrace who we are and celebrate. Because I think like being able to celebrate all different cultures from around the world is just so beautiful.
Well, thank you so much for coming by the studios to explain what the month is all about, and for putting out the energy and bringing community together for Night Market BTR. It's a great event.
Thank you so much.
In West Baton Rouge Parish, some students are singing the blues. The Blues After School program aims to educate kids about Louisiana's role in blues music and teaches them how to play some of the classic tunes. Check it out.
The West Baton Rouge Museum is linking local students to Louisiana's musical heritage with its Blues After School program.
How many museums have a juke joint on their grounds?
None.
So when this space opened, our director said, okay, Jeannie, what are you going to do with this space? How are you going to interpret it? How are you going to bring programming alive in this space? And I was like, I want an after-school music program.
Blues After School is a free music enrichment program for middle and high school students in West Baton Rouge who want to learn music. This initiative draws inspiration from the Juke Joint, a permanent exhibit and performance space at the West Baton Rouge Museum that celebrates local musical traditions. Jeannie Luckett, the program director, says that participants gain more than just instrumental skills.
They come from 4 to 5 to learn how to play their instruments as a band. They learn to play traditional blues music. And from 5 to 6 p.m., being the museum people that we are, we want them to learn blues culture and history and who the players were back then. So it's a really cool program. The kids get so much, enrichment from these mentors and all the other things. And it also brings other opportunities. Manship Theater in Baton Rouge and New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation have gone above and beyond to provide even more opportunities for the kids. From this free program, we've gotten to go to Manship to see professional sound checks and production side of things, and then get to see a show.
Christopher Collins has been part of the Blues After School program since its inception in 2019. Now a veteran of the program with only 1 year remaining, he is undoubtedly leaving with much more than he ever expected.
I was one of the first students to ever do this program all the way back in 2019 now.
Wow.
It's a very long time. I started out being just a drummer with very minimal skills, and I've grown since then, and I play multiple instruments now.
You do? Like what?
I play guitar, electric and bass, and then I also play piano.
All as a result of being in this program?
Yes.
Wow. That's big, Christopher.
Yes.
And that is what the program is designed to do: help students unlock their musical potential and keep Louisiana's vibrant musical history alive for future generations. Musician mentor Lazaro Nettles jumped at the chance to be part of Blues After School, as he believes it is his responsibility as a musician to ensure that children understand the historical culture of their state.
The Louisiana culture when it comes to music is rich, and I don't think you can put a price tag on it, but you have it right here at your disposal. and just seeing the kids get involved and, you know, enthusiastic about it. Yeah. And seeing them, not only that, just the social communication that it brings also, you know. Especially in today's time, everybody's on cell phone media, but here they actually get a chance to come here and communicate. They get to express themselves. They get to communicate, express themselves through music. And I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
You can't find it anywhere else.
When the night has come, oh, and the land is dark, and the moon is the only light we'll see.
And little Callie Bird, another student in the program, couldn't agree more. The 13-year-old 8th grader says this program has helped her come out of her shell, and the friendships she's made with her fellow student musicians has helped her build her confidence as a singer.
Well, I love the community. I love the people. The people are fantastic. And I feel like any kid from middle school to high school would truly benefit from being around this kind of musical friendship that this program builds.
And who knows, maybe these kids will help keep the blues alive in Louisiana for generations to come.
That's our show for this week. Remember, you can watch anything LPB anytime wherever you are with our LPB app.
That's right, and you can catch LPB news and public affairs shows as well as other Louisiana programs you've come to enjoy over the years. And please, like us on Facebook, X, and Instagram.
For everyone at Louisiana Public Broadcasting, I'm Karen LeBlanc.
And I'm Dorothea Wilson. Until next time, that's the state we're in.
Support for Louisiana, the state we're in, is provided by
Entergy Louisiana is strengthening our power grid throughout the state. We're reinforcing infrastructure to prepare for stronger storms, reduce outages, and respond quicker when you do need us, because together we power life.
Additional support provided by the Fred B. and Ruth B. Ziegler Foundation and the Ziegler Art Museum, located in Jennings City Hall. The museum focuses on emerging Louisiana artists and is a historical and cultural center for Southwest Louisiana. And by Visit Baton Rouge and the Foundation for Excellence in Louisiana Public Broadcasting and viewers like you. Thank you.